How's it going, guys? Alright, so tonight I am making pizza because I had so much left over last night from fajitas that I made. I made chicken and chorizo fajitas that I decided to make a pizza out of it. So I made pizza, I cut it into threes, and I saved a third of it, which is right here. Alright, and I'm going to show you because I promised you guys a video on those cinnamon roll bites. So that's what we're going to do. We are going to make some cinnamon roll bites. Alright, so I have my dough cutter here. Now, there is no rhyme or reason to this, okay? This is just, we're just going to cut it up, and I'm actually going to bring over my cast iron pan. Now, you can fill the bottom with lard or shortening or anything you choose. I'm going to use a little bit of Crisco, and I'm just going to aim you that way. Alright. And I'm just going to kind of coat the bottom of my pan. Alright, so let's get you back down here. And what I'm doing now is I'm just going to make the bites. Now, the bites are really easy. There's no rhyme or reason. If you don't have a dough cutter, you can definitely use, you know, a sharp knife, whatever. I just cut it into little bits. You can roll them. You don't even have to roll them if you don't want to. And then I put them in the pan, like so. Bring you over here. And I just start I start with the edge, the perimeter of it, and I just kind of go around and drop these little dough bites. Now, I try to make them the same size, but sometimes they're a bit off. It's not a big deal. The smaller ones might be a little bit more done. But the kids actually like, you know, you always have a kid that likes them super soft, and then you always have a kid that likes them more crunchy. So by doing it this way, everyone seems to be satisfied. And it doesn't matter if they touch, because they're going to touch anyway as they rise a little bit more. Now, I just went ahead and made this pizza dough like I always do. I'll leave a link down below to that video. You can definitely do this by hand. Alright, so I'm not going to keep boring you or talking your ear off. I'm just going to keep making these little bites, and once I get them all in the pan, I will come back and I will show you the next step. Okay, guys, so there you have it. There's my bites. Now, for reference, this is a 12-inch cast iron skillet. I've only made it in a cast iron skillet. It comes out beautiful. I'm not sure how it would come out in like a glass casserole dish or anything like that. If you test it out, let me know, so that we can kind of pass and share the information on. But I love how it comes out in my cast iron, and because I try to use my cast iron now, I would eventually like to switch over to all cast iron cookware. I haven't tried it in like a glass casserole dish or anything. So anyway, there you have it, all my little dough balls there, my little bites. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out a stick of butter, and you can put this in a saucepan if you have a saucepan, or you can put it in a Tupperware dish like I'm going to do, and I'm just going to microwave it and just melt it. And I find the easiest way to do that is just to cut it up. That's paper. I swear, they're getting cheaper with the paper. Does anyone else have difficulties taking their paper off of their butter? Me and Eric were making cookies, and man, it's like the paper did not want to come off. Alright, I need to switch over my pizza, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to put this in the microwave, and once I get this melted, I'll come back and show you the next step. Okay, so that's how my butter looks. It's like half melted, half not. And this is the way I like to do it, because then when you stir it around, it's not all like liquidy. It's still on the thick side, and it just seems to stick to my bites a little bit better. So I go ahead then and paint my bites, and I know this lighting is horrible. I plan on getting new lighting, some studio lighting, some photography lighting, I guess you would say. I just don't know what I want to get yet. Something that's not going to be too invasive over my, you know, in my kitchen. Because even though I have a good sized kitchen, I don't want it taken over where I can't like walk and function when I'm recording. But I definitely need something better than these fluorescent lights. Just are killer. So, and I know this seems like a lot of butter. I tried it with a half a stick, and you know, that's up to you too. I mean, they're your pizza bites. You make them the way you like them. But I noticed when I used a half a stick on them, the cinnamon sugar didn't stick very well to because these will rise as they cook. So it didn't. The crumble kind of fell off of them, if that makes any sense. So I'm gonna back you up here. I switched them already. Oh. Say hi to everyone.
Hi everyone.
Can I have my brown sugar? Thank you. Thank you. Alright, so here's my homemade brown sugar. I'm gonna take my little sugar bear out. I'm gonna aim you guys back up this way here. And I'm gonna take a gracious cup.
Love that. Great.
Maybe closer to a cup and a half of brown sugar. And then I'm going to put in now it depends on how cinnamony you like it. I'm going to add a teaspoon of cinnamon to mine. You could add nutmeg if you wanted. I don't add anything like that. I just keep it cinnamon and sugar. So there we have it. And I'm just going to kind of blend that in with my hand. Homemade brown sugar is so easy to make, you guys, and it tastes so much better than the prepackaged stuff. You can really control how much molasses you put in it, and I just love that. It's just so homemade brown sugar is like candy, unlike, you know, prepackaged brown sugar. I have a video of how I make my brown sugar, so you can look for that, but it's so worth it. So, alright, so there we have it. And now what I'm going to do, I mean, not use my dirty hand, but use my clean hand and aim you guys down. And my washer's singing to me. I'm washing cloth diapers. Story of my life. Now I'm just going to go ahead and put this brown sugar topping right on top. Now, it all depends on how much topping you like. My boys like a lot of topping. So, alright. I'm just going to kind of press this out. Get a nice good topping here. And now, when I pull my pizzas out in 2 minutes, I'm going to put this in 450 degree oven, and it usually takes about, at least in my oven, it's about 12 minutes. I've played around with it 15-20 minutes. It's too hard that way. So watch it, you know, because everybody's oven's going to be a little different. Between the 10 and 15 minute mark though, you know, they're bites, so they're going to cook fast. They're kind of like the garlic bites, you know. It's not going to take as long as a pizza with a bunch of toppings on it. So you don't want it to burn. But for me, 12 minutes is a good time. Alright, so when I get this popped into the oven and get this all cooked up, I will bring you guys back and I will show you how I make the topping. Alright guys, and since we're waiting for those little cinnamon bites, I figured I would show you guys what a fajita pizza looks like. Now all this is just like I make cheese and pepperoni. This is fajita, and it's got on it, I'm going to take you off of the tripod here. I know the lighting is terrible, but this has chicken and chorizo with fajita sauce, which is that sauce that you see there, and I just used regular pizza sauce, and of course homemade pizza dough and cheese. I didn't add any pepperoni to this one, but as you can see, fajitas make a great pizza afterwards. So this is like a chicken chorizo fajita pizza. And I left the onions and the green peppers off. You could definitely add that. If it was from just me and Matt, I'd add the onions and green peppers, but the kids don't like it. So that's why even at night when I make fajitas for dinner, I always saute the onions and the green peppers separately. So that's okay, because leftover green peppers and onions like that are sauteed are great in an omelet. So that's what that will go for. But there's the pizza. So, alright, I just thought I'd throw that in. Alright guys, so our bites are done. I just pulled them out of the oven, and now we're going to go ahead and we're going to make the white frosting. So, you know, it all depends on how much you want to make. I'm going to use a half a cup, roughly a half a cup of powdered sugar, or icing sugar as they like to call it. Now, you can add a little bit of vanilla. I make my vanilla so it's very, very strong, and it's made with vodka. So be careful when you add it to add very little. Too much and it'll be really potent and grow some hair on your chest. Alright, so then by the tablespoon, go ahead and add your milk. I just eyeball it. Mix it up. Now mine will be beige instead of white because I added the homemade vanilla. And that is too much milk. See that? I'm going to add some more powdered sugar to it. I like mine a little on the thick side. And that is good. Alright, so now I'm going to take you over to the other counter and we are going to drizzle this on top of our bites. Alright, so here are the bites. And here is my frosting. And now I'm just going to go ahead and drizzle this right over the top like so. Now, if I let it cool down a little bit more, the drizzle would have stayed more drizzled, but it's hot. But I want to finish this video for you guys so I can actually get it up. So let yours sit for about 10 minutes before you add your drizzle, and then it won't melt like this. It'll actually stay really pretty. I don't add too much drizzle because Matt doesn't like it too sweet. And it's already got a ton of cinnamon and sugar on it. So, but that is it, guys. That is how easy it is right there. I'm just gonna grab a knife here and pluck one out of the center if I can, just so you can see what it looks like. Uh-oh, Mason's crying. Mason's crying, and Matt is Skyping with his kids, so he's unable to taste test this. So, but there you go. That's what it looks like. So I'm going to let this cool because right now it's like molten lava. And the kids won't be able to eat it. But they'll be able to eat it probably in another 10 minutes or so. And yeah, so there you have it, guys. Super easy. If you guys give this a try, let me know. And enjoy. All right, guys. Talk to you later.